Hello and welcome to the Making a Husband podcast with me, stand-up comedian, actor, writer, streamer of things on TV channels, fragrance connoisseur, and uncle Tez Ilyas.
Wow.
And with me this week, as she will be every week until she gets sick to death of me, death being the operative term there, it is...
Shy Ilyas. I am. You didn't let me finish. I really need to practice this. Our intros have been they've been like this consistently now. We're on our 41 episode.
41st episode,
41st, yeah.
41st episode. 41th episode, guys. And we have not cracked intros.
No. Hopefully one day. I mean, the video makes it hard, I'll be honest with you.
It is reader. But I feel like already we're better this week than we were last week.
Do you think?
Hopefully we retain some viewers from last week.
Yeah.
Hopefully then switch off after like 5 minutes and going, these two, they know what they're doing. They don't know what camera they're looking at. They don't know which way to look. Yeah. Anyway, this intro's gone on too long.
Yeah. Basically, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. Shasta Ilyas.
Tez Ilyas.
What have I been up to this week? So we actually start the podcast with just a little bit of catch up with each other, even though we live with each other. I mean, each other's pockets 24/7, just for your guys' benefit, so you know what we've been up to. What have you been up to? What have I been up to? What have you been up to collectively?
We've had a bit of an easy few days. I mean, mum decided to renew her Sky.
Allah, I was
again.
so upset.
Yeah. It was so funny, guys, because mum, bless her, every 2 years or every 18 months.
It's not even 2 years. Right. So when me and Shai first got married, we moved into the family home, which is my mum's house essentially. So Shai moved in with us, right? And then in that, all the bills were in my mum's name there, right? So when we bought our own house and then mum moved in with us, which was coming up to 2 years now.
Yeah.
It's 2 years and 2 years in a couple of months. Yeah, coming up to 2 years. Then obviously we put all the bills in our name. But the problem was that the broadband, mum had entered into like a 2-year contract with the broadband.
And mum keeps doing this, by the way.
So we couldn't cancel the broadband. Otherwise, mum would have to pay the entire cancellation fee, which is like all of the months that were due, like 20 months worth of rental or whatever, which is obviously a lot of money. So we're like, fine, mum, we'll keep this one. And then when it comes up for renewal, let us know. And then we'll see whether or not we want to switch somewhere else or stay with Sky. So that is the only bill in my mum's name in the new house. And also, I got mum out of a TV contract.
Oh, yeah.
Because mum had put a dish on the old house, so she was in a contract, and I got her out of it. And this is how I got out of it. Is it fraud? Yes. So what happened was, you're not allowed to get out of these contracts with Sky. Once you've signed a contract, you have to be in it. If you want to cancel it, you basically have to pay the cancellation fee or whatever months are left on the contract. You have to pay it up, basically. Anyone in a mobile phone contract knows it's similar. But what I said was, because we moved into a new build, when I phoned up,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I want to cancel it. And they go, where are you moving to? And I described it. And they went, is it a new build? And I went, yeah. And he went, are you allowed a Sky dish? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed a Sky dish or not. And then the guy on the phone slipped up. He goes, oh, well, the only way we can cancel it is
As if you're not allowed.
is if the builders say you're not allowed a Sky dish, and therefore we'd have to cancel the contract because it's not your fault. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go and check. Phoned up 2 minutes later, knowing that someone else is going to pick up. It's not going to be the same guy on the phone. So I just rang up again. Someone else picked you up, and I went, oh yeah, we're moving to a new build area, and they won't allow Sky dishes, so I'm going to have to cancel my TV contract. And they went, oh yeah, that's a shame. Fine, no questions asked, cancelled it immediately. Got mum out of her 2-year TV contract. So now we go to the new house. Everything mum wants to watch is on YouTube or on digital, right? On one of the streaming channels. So mum doesn't really need to watch live TV that much. Also, you can stream live TV on like the BBC app or ITV app or Channel 4 app, whatever, right? What mum's done this week is...
The way she did it was so funny as well.
She got another... Sky hustled her, innit? If you're listening to this, if you're watching this and you work for Sky, fuck you, innit? You ring up vulnerable old women and you trick them into signing 2-year contracts.
That's valid.
That's what my mum's done.
Yeah, mum can be convinced as well.
So easily convinced. They were like, oh, you'll get this free. So basically,
oh God,
this new package came from Sky, and I was like, Mum, what the hell is this? Oh, she goes, they rang me up.
and I said,
yeah.
I've got us a good deal.
And I went, Mum,
we were in the kitchen,
this is the funny bit. I go, Mum, have you entered into another 18-month contract? She goes, no, it's 24-month contract. The
She
way
was
she,
so
the way she did
proud.
it, the pull and switch was so funny. She's like, no, how dare you think that?
But she was
24 months.
laughing
Oh, she was
there.
laughing about it, and I was so annoyed because I was like, Mum, the whole point was to get you out of these contracts.
Yeah.
And then she goes, no, it's £10 cheaper
Yeah.
to get the TV package, and I've put you on a faster internet. And then I was like, but then I was like, another like, Mum, the way I've set the
I didn't
TV
realize
up.
Mum had done fast
That's
internet.
what she said. I was like, Mum, I'm also annoyed because now you've got this box that I've got attached to the thing, and I didn't want the way I put the TV on the wall is hidden the wires. Now the wires are gonna come out and stuff.
Oh my God, he literally had a meltdown. He was like, I'm not doing this. We didn't decide that we never agreed to do this. And then Mum was like, you need to calm down.
I said to Mum, like, basically, you're like my child now.
Yeah.
You know, like when we were younger, and our mums would be like, what have you done?
Yeah.
Why have you done this? It's basically me, I'm that guy now. Like, Mum, why have you done this?
But what happened?
Whose permission did you get to do
But
this?
what happened at the end though?
And when I plugged it all in and set it up, and I managed to hide the box behind the TV so it hides all the wires, I was like, this might have been a good idea.
Yeah,
Actually.
exactly.
And then Mama goes, record that. Record.
Yeah,
This
she
is
did.
the first time
Mum
it's happened in a long time.
Mum actually said, when you're recording your podcast, make sure you mention this. And what's going to be really nice about it, Mum's going to watch this back. She's going to watch
We'll
this.
clip this up for her.
Yeah,
Mum, you were right.
you were right.
Well done.
But also, what was really funny is Mum actually, she haggled with them and renewed her own mobile phone contract.
Oh, so she basically.
She could have got. Do you know how much she's paying? Which I thought was really good.
No idea.
So she's paying £12 a month, right?
Mm.
And then she's got it down to £4 a month.
She pays £4 a month for her
£4 a
phone
month.
contract.
Yeah.
What does she get on it?
She does SIM only though, isn't it? Because we do the.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
fine. I'm on a
know.
SIM only for £20 a month. But what does she get?
I
Like,
have no idea, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And she was
she
like,
smashed it, you know.
"Yeah, unless she does
Maybe I'll
6
get her
months
to
half
call.
price."
Maybe I'll get her to call O2 next time.
But when
and
she told me, I
negotiate,
was
Mum.
like, "Mum, how you done that for?"
So basically, we've got Sky TV again. Just the channels, not any of the
For
fancy,
24 months now.
not any of the fancy entertainment and extra packages, but the basic Sky TV, faster broadband
Yes.
for less money than we were paying last week,
Yeah.
but on a 24-month contract. So we now be tied in now for 24 months.
But
But Sky are clever now. Now they've done it so you don't need a dish anymore. You can do it all through the broadband.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is an advert for Sky. There are other probably better broadband
Yeah.
services available. Just so you know.
So whilst Hez has been
Bringing up my mum.
bringing up his mum, what have I been doing?
What have you been doing?
I started to reread the book that we're going to go and see the theatre for tomorrow, A Thousand Splendid Suns.
Oh, by Khalid Hosseini.
Yeah. Guys, oh my God, if you've not read this book, you have to read it. It's such a good book. I started it yesterday, and for people who don't
But you've read
know-
it before, right?
I've read it before, but like years ago, like years and years ago. And because I read so many books, sometimes I forget like certain bits and books and stuff like that. So I forget a lot sometimes. So when I'm rereading books that I must have been like 10 years or something, I'm like, oh my God, it hits me again.
That happens to me with TV shows. When I rewatch some TV shows with you because you haven't seen them,
Yeah.
I'm like, I forgot this entire subplot.
Wow. So anyway, the book.
Yeah, but we're going to watch the point is we're going to watch the play tomorrow.
Yeah,
And so you want to reread the book again.
I did.
Nice.
And I'm halfway through. So hopefully I'll finish the other half today because I'm a very fast reader.
Bro, you guys don't understand. This woman reads faster than Usain Bolt runs. I don't understand it. Some of you old school listeners will know this. She'll finish an entire book on the plane.
Yeah. Do you know last night when I left you downstairs, I went upstairs and I was just reading and then I was like, fell asleep
While I was doing work.
while you were doing work. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll let you know, guys, next week how the play went.
But it's a sad book.
It's a very sad, emotional book, but it's such a good book. Honestly, it's so good. And this is the first time in God knows how long that I'm really excited about going to see a play. And seeing the play based on the book. What are you saying?
You said you go, this is the first time I'm excited to see a play like you go see plays regularly.
I see you
Like-
were in a play, innit?
Like you
Last year.
Oh yeah, you weren't excited for that.
Yeah. I watched it like 8 times, didn't I?
No, but you say it like you go see plays once a month, but this time you're excited to see one.
No, but if like
If I wasn't in that play, you wouldn't have gone to see it, first of all, right? So forget that.
you don't know that.
What else have we seen?
The
What else
play,
have you seen?
I went with Baj to watch what did I watch with her in Liverpool? Do you remember?
1984?
No.
Romeo and Juliet?
I feel like it was Macbeth.
Macbeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watched that a few months
Okay,
ago.
so that's one. 'Cause
Yeah.
You haven't seen this one yet. So that's one. You went to watch Macbeth.
So your one.
My one, but I was in it though. You wouldn't have gone to see it if I wasn't in it. Or that Bollywood one. we went to watch,
Yeah.
but we only went to watch that
We
because
watched Abdullah's.
that was a pan. Yeah, we watched Abdullah's Panto. So we watched Abdullah's Panto. We watched. You watched Macbeth.
Yeah.
We watched that Bollywood one, but that was because I was cast in their sister play. But we went to watch that Bollywood
That
one.
was a really good one
Frankie
as well.
goes to Bollywood.
Frankie
That's
Goes to
it.
Bollywood.
Frankie goes to
But
Bollywood.
you know,
We
my
watched
point
that.
is, usually I'm not keen on watching plays, right? Usually I'm not keen on
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Stranger
Yeah.
Things play we want to
And
watch.
you do the recommend, but this is the first time where I've been like, I'm actually really looking forward because it means something to me because it's
Yeah.
linked to something.
Yeah. And this is the same author who wrote Kite Runner,
Kite Runner,
which
yeah.
I also haven't read. I haven't read either of those
I
books.
read that. It's a very good book.
But I have heard of those books.
Yeah, you need to
And
read
I've heard
it.
they're very, very good.
Do you not want to? So you know nothing about the book that we're going.
I know nothing about except that it's set in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I know nothing else about it.
So I was reading. So when you read the book, it talks about obviously the history of Afghanistan, and
Are you gonna?
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
So anyway,
Oh, you must spoil it.
so when I was trying to understand the timeline of events, I went onto ChatGPT and I saw this like what's it called, this hint. And so for me, if there's too much of an overload of like timelines and there's a lot going on and events happening, you can actually say to ChatGPT, can you tell me specifically, talk to me like I'm a child. Yeah. Tell me like I'm a child about what happened in Afghanistan on this year and with these certain groups. And what it does, it tells you a story.
But when I talk to you like you're a child, you don't like it.
You're patronizing, that's why.
Yeah, and you're asking
This is
ChatGPT to be
Tez,
patronizing.
This is Tez. Do you know what I'm talking about? And then that will wind me up.
I don't do that.
How do you do it?
Hang on, let me think. Think of something.
Like,
Are you done? Are you done?
yeah.
Are you done? Like that.
Yeah, nicely.
Like that.
How do you really do it?
Uh,
What's your patronising when you mansplain things to me?
You know what? Because I don't mean to do it. So when I do it, it's not something that it's not something that I intentionally do.
Yeah.
So I just slip into it. So I don't really know how to act it.
How do I? Oh,
Shy's Siri's gone off.
even Siri knows. Siri's like, I've heard this before. Patronising.
Yeah, that's shitty. Siri started mansplaining to you.
Shiri, yeah.
Even Siri's mansplaining to you.
But I thought it was quite good, isn't it? And then I was so anyway, basically tomorrow you will see what.
Well, we'll let you know next week.
Yeah.
I'll let you know next week because obviously she's gonna love it anyway. Well, actually, it'd be interesting to know your opinion because
you know how I feel
you-
when I read books and then
because
I
you love
watch
the book
play.
so
Yeah.
much. It'd be interesting to know how you think the play compares to the book.
Yeah.
Because
I
I don't know anything.
I do this with books, movies that are made from books as well. Because sometimes I read the books and I'm like, the movies don't really live up to it.
I'm trying to think. I think the only
Harry Potter.
no, I mean the movies were great.
Yeah, but it doesn't live up to the books
Books were
at
so
all.
much better.
Yeah.
Which is partly why I'm kind of looking forward to the TV series.
Yeah.
Because I feel like because they're gonna have like 10 episodes per book,
Yep.
they're gonna be able to go in a lot more depth, like
Yep.
the book does.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if it's just 6 episodes or whatever it is, right? They're gonna go into a lot more depth than they could. Like all that Hermione with the elves and all that.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
Hermione trapping Rita Skeeter, Harry being a sassy bitch. Like all of that stuff was in the
yeah.
in the films.
Yeah.
You'd have to just get. I remember when I watched the first Harry Potter film, I felt like it was like a highlights of the book. You know when you watch the highlights of a full match.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
match
yeah,
of the
yeah,
day,
yeah,
You watch the
yeah.
highlights. That's
the
what
thing
it felt
is,
like.
the thing is with the book, obviously, there's so just books in general. 'Cause I
Not
was
just Harry
thinking-
Potter. There's other books available.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even James Patterson, his books, and then they've made like Along Came the Spider. They've made movies and Alex Cross and stuff.
But did you find the TV series Alex Cross one was better than the movies, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they can take their time more with
but
stuff.
it didn't. But it still doesn't. They don't do the books justice. I think.
I genuinely feel that most books should be made into TV series
Yeah,
rather than
I think I agree
movies.
with that. Yeah.
Unless the movie is just kind of inspired, like James Bond's a good example of movies that are inspired by the books, but they're not direct adaptations.
Yep.
So that's a good example of those should be made into films. But like, and then Lord of the Rings is another great example because they gave each book three and a half hours,
Yeah.
and so I dragged her through it. So that kind of made sense as well. But with some of them, you're like. You've rushed a 400-page book into 90 minutes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's
It's
no
not.
character. I don't care about
No.
these characters.
I want to walk away from usually I walk away.
The play should be good. Those 3 hours.
Is it play 3 hours?
It'll be or 2.5. It'll be there or thereabouts.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it'll be there or thereabouts.
Also, we actually watched Mission Impossible.
Yes, we did watch Mission Impossible
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a message for you because I know you're a fan.
Big fan.
Keep going.
Yeah.
There's nothing I like more in movies than watching Tom Cruise run.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. We start laughing every
Ah,
time.
I don't.
But you know
I
what?
love it.
Tom Cruise.
That.
Why can't Tom Cruise?
Oh, I love it so
I
much.
said this. I said to Tez, this is the first film of Mission Impossible, the ones that he's made, where he's not like getting all like close to a female.
He didn't in the last one either. In the one before this one, he had those two. He had the two women, the older one and the new character.
I thought he
But
did.
he didn't kiss
Did he
any of them.
not?
I
Oh,
don't
that's
think he did.
interesting,
I
isn't
don't think
it?
he did.
So every time I watch it, I always say to Tez, why can't he just find someone? That's it. Every single time. Like,
Because listen, I'll tell you
but
why.
there's that one woman
Because
that's been in there consistently,
Imagine you're in the Mission Impossible franchise now, right? And Tom Cruise's character, let's say it's played by me, right? But Tom Cruise's character, Ethan Hunt, has found you,
Yep.
right? And you two fall in. Let's say I'm Ethan Hunt, and we're falling in love. Babe, you find it hard when I go to a gig. What if I'm like, yeah, and you're like, oh, where are you going?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
whatever.
oh, I'm in Dubai. And you're like, who you with? And I'm like, oh, I'm with Simon Pegg. And then I'm like, oh, and I'm with this female agent. You're like, who is it? And I'm like, oh, it's Gloria from The Office. And you're like, what does Gloria look like? And I'm like,
Glory's gonna be attractive.
like Eva Mendes, I guess. And you're like, you're not, come home. You're like, come home.
No.
And I'm like, no, but the world has to be the world still has to be saved. And you're like, okay, but how close? I'm like, no, me and Eva Mendes have to get a bit close.
Oh yes,
Like,
there you go,
we-
innit?
but
This
we
is
have
what the
to-
problem is.
That's why you can't keep hold of a woman.
Why can't he? Why
That's
can't he
why
just?
he can't keep hold. Because
Yeah.
the mission, which is very difficult because it's impossible. The impossible mission is him keeping a relationship.
And
That's the impossible mission.
what would you give
is
it out of
given
10?
his lifestyle, it's impossible for him to hold down a stable relationship. That's the actual mission impossible here. Because every time he has to go on a mission, he has to get close to people. His wife's at home like, you need to come home. And he's like, listen, if I come home now, there's going to be a nuclear bomb in Pakistan. And you're going to be like, I don't live there. What do you care?
What would you give it out of 10?
I thought it was a solid 7 out of 10. I thought it was very good, but not one of the best Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I felt like he could have done more. Do you know what's really funny is we've literally been smashing out Mission Impossible for the last few months, isn't it? Just trying to get
We
through
watched
the movies.
6 before Ramadan,
Yep.
and then we watched the recent one before this one after, and then we watched this one on the weekend.
Yeah. So now we're up to date. Now we're going to see what Tom Cruise what he's bringing.
Keep going,
next.
bro. Keep going. Or just whatever. Make films where you run. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things.
We kept laughing out loud when he was running, and
like,
we were
yeah,
like, "Oh,
come
there he
on.
goes!" Yeah.
Come on. Yes, you run, lad. Run. That's like, when you watch like old school Power Ranger films. Or like, you watch Power Rangers when you were a kid. And there was every episode they transform into Power Rangers.
Yep.
And they just took their time.
Yep.
And they're like Red Ranger, Green Ranger. And then each transformation took ages. I don't know what the villains are just watching them going.
Well, yeah.
Or just watching them transform.
Yeah.
But anyway, every episode had that sequence. Whatever I felt as a child watching that, I feel now watching Tom Cruise run. I'm like, come on. If I'm watching it, anytime Tom Cruise isn't running,
He
the film-
outruns cars.
the film isn't as good.
He
I'm like,
outruns
I just need
helicopters.
this guy to run 2 or 3 times in a film.
He outruns. I was quite
love
emotional
it.
as well. No spoilers. That's an emotional movie.
He's good. Right, Shy, quick fire round.
Yes.
What is it?
Oh, Camels. Animal fact of the week.
It's Camels Fact of the Week, guys. Animal Fact of the Week. Every week, because Shy loves animals
Yes.
more than she loves me.
Yes.
What?
No, I didn't mean that. That happened automatically. I don't.
She gives me facts about animals and I have to try and guess the facts.
Right. So,
You can, this one, the kids can play at home.
yeah, which is true. Because sometimes we have mums that say that the kids are listening in the background. So there you go.
And not all of it is suitable.
Yeah. We're
But
talking.
this bit is.
This bit is. So we're going to talk about camels this week. So I'm going to just fire a few questions to Tez and ask him what he thinks the answers are for camels, because apparently he's like super smart.
Warning, this bit could get rude because
No, don't say inappropriate stuff.
humps are involved. Sometimes 2 humps are involved.
Tez,
What was that song? My lovely lady
Ladies'
lumps.
humps.
My humps, my lovely lady lumps.
Is it humps? My hump. My love. Mm-hmm. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting distracted.
No one's going to sign us up.
Kids back in now.
So let's get straight into it. How many miles can camels walk without water? Is it A,
It's a lot.
50 miles,
No,
B, 100 miles,
no. They can go
C,
low. They can go a lot.
160 miles,
160 miles.
100 miles.
100 miles.
Why
She
are
always
you
goes
so
to the. You know what
confident?
it is? She always goes to the middle. And in my head, I'm like, oh no, you won't be that predictable this week. But you're so predictable that it throws me off. Your predictability throws me off.
So you
It's the
didn't get
middle
that wrong.
answer.
Right.
Easiest quiz in the world.
Camels are cousins to which other animal?
Sorry?
Camels.
You said I swear you said cannibals.
Wait.
Cannibals are what?
Camels are
Mhm.
cousins to which animals? This is the question that I'm throwing. Which animal do you think the closest that camels are cousins to?
I'm gonna say because they're not conventionally attractive looking, but they got great stamina, strength, and they provide an amazing function to us as humans. I honestly think I'm not saying it is this answer, but my mind is going to donkeys.
No.
Because donkeys are equally not that attractive looking, but they're strong and they got stamina. And
Have
they
we done
carry
donkeys
us.
yet?
We have done donkeys,
Last-
and I ages ago,
Yeah.
and I defended them, and I was like, donkeys, stop calling them asses.
Yeah.
Just top lads.
Yeah.
Stop being
So
mean.
just so you know, the answer is actually llamas.
Oh yeah, I could have got there.
Yeah.
So not alpacas,
No, just llamas.
llamas.
Just llamas.
Oh, because they love spitting,
Yeah.
and they're not conventionally attractive.
So anyway, stop abusing their looks. So
Nice eyelashes though,
they do. They've got beautiful eyelashes.
better than women's.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, how fast can camels run up to? Is it A, 40 miles per hour,
The middle answer.
B, 60 miles per hour,
Yeah.
C, 50 miles per hour?
Is it 60 miles per hour?
40.
Is it 40 miles per hour? Yeah, fucking knob.
And
40 miles
lastly-
per hour, guys.
Lastly, you know camels, their humps, they don't, you know what's stored in there?
Water,
No, it's fat.
fat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the bigger the hump is, the fatter the camel is.
Yeah.
Basically.
So you didn't get any of
So
those answers
the
right.
fatter you get, the bigger your humps will grow.
So you didn't get any of those answers right.
I feel
Basically.
like my question wasn't answered.
Guys, this is our favorite part of the podcast where we talk about the argument or the grievance or the annoying part of our week that something Tez has done to annoy me. Or, do you know what? Necessarily, it's not an argument. It's just something that I've picked on and I'm like, I'm going to hold it and bring it up on the podcast. Naturally, people might assume that we actually hash it out, but sometimes, which is majority of the time, I actually just put it on you on the podcast. So today, we're going to talk about something that happened today. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I think I've been really good today. What
Do you
have I
know
done
what
today?
You say this every single episode.
Yeah, because I've been a top lad. No, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I did that thing, innit?
What do you think you did today?
Okay, let me think. I woke up,
Mm-hmm.
I cleaned the bunny room
Yep.
like a top lad. I came downstairs, I did some work, we prayed, we ate. I came to work, I
Yep.
came to the studio to set it up and record my thing, and then now we're recording a
Go
podcast.
before that. What did you do before that?
You took my top out, it wasn't ironed.
Yep. And what did you do?
I put it back and put a different one on. I
No,
put this one on.
You phoned me, and
Yeah.
what did you say to me?
I said, fucking top's not ironed, get the fuck home, lad.
You did. I went across the road to see my friend.
I was like, what are you doing out?
What did you
Get home, iron this fucking top, lad.
What did you say to me?
I said, I did not iron. And then you said, iron it. And I said, I don't know how to use it.
He said, I don't know how to use the iron.
I'm not Iron Man.
Bearing in mind, I had just hopped out, go across the road for a coffee to my friend's house,
Just say her name. Everyone knows her name.
Shahida.
Not her best friend.
And so we've got an iron, which is in mum's room. And this iron is one of those irons that
complicated
basically you
iron.
switch on. You don't have to put any heat or anything like that. It's just an automatic one. You switch on, it beeps, and it can figure out what material it is, so it won't burn it.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you now. I didn't know about the beeping thing. I switched it on.
And nothing was
picked
going to
it-
happen until...
Right, okay, I picked it up and nothing was happening. Like, it wasn't hot. I was trying to iron and nothing was happening. Like, it wouldn't iron the creases in it. So I was like, why is it not? And then obviously I didn't touch it, but I was like, putting my hand towards it. It didn't seem like it was super hot. So I was like, what's going on? And then I rang you. And then I was hoping you'd say, okay, I'll come and do it.
Yeah, I know you were. I was thinking, I know. He thought I was going to come back.
You hadn't gone far.
Yeah, that's not the point. The point is that I had a stressful day.
Okay. If you give me a job to do,
Yeah.
or if I have a job and I do it to completion,
Mm.
you always have a go at me about it, don't you?
What do you mean?
Like for example, if you told me if I had a job, whatever job I've got to do, right? For example, the washing is a good example. The washing is a good example, right?
You did put the washing away, by the way.
No, I know I didn't. But That's a good example, right? Of like, oh, if you do the washing, you gotta take the basket downstairs, load the washing, put the powder in, switch it on, bring the basket back upstairs. When the washing machine finishes, put it on the dry
You
spin.
don't do
wait,
completion.
do it on the dry spin, and then when that's finished, take it out, take all the clothes out, hang them up or whatever on the rack, and then once they've dried, or however long that takes, and then you take them off, fold them up, put them on the bed, or put them away, or whatever. Yeah. That's what you're saying, it. And
Yep.
sometimes if I don't do one of those things or two of those things, you're like, you didn't even do the job properly.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. Right? That's the thing, right?
That's. Are you really trying to say to
No,
me?
I'm saying
me taking your clothes out.
I'm saying you have volunteered this upon yourself. Yeah,
I've
I
not
don't say to
volunteered
you.
anything.
Yeah, we know this. But you like getting me dressed. Hang on. Do you or do you not like getting me dressed?
I like it when you look good. Yeah.
Right. Do you or do you not like getting me dressed?
Not always. I feel like sometimes you need to be a little bit self-sufficient.
And sometimes I am when you're
But
not here.
ironing a
Wait,
shirt.
wait.
Also, hold on. I
Wait.
realised the only
If you're
time I've
taking-
seen you
if
iron,
you're taking
Tez,
if you're taking my wardrobe out, if you're responsible for my wardrobe and you're taking my wardrobe out, you've also got to check to see if it's fit to wear, which you didn't do. So when by the time I came to put it on, I was like, oh, this shirt is creased.
to fit you.
Yeah, it looks very nice actually. But I was like, oh, it's creased. And then when I took it and then I took it upon myself to try and iron it. I just didn't know how that iron.
And then
worked,
even
guys.
then, I had to go
it
on
wasn't
his.
like those old school
even
irons
the-
with the water and stuff.
No, it's the water goes in the base there.
Yeah, it's
Even
too
then, I had to
complicated
go
for
on his
me.
Instagram to take a screenshot of a picture of that top.
I didn't see that. I
Oh,
didn't which one you
okay.
meant. I got this out. Yeah.
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
I messaged him and I said, just wear this.
So we're better than this,
point is-
guys.
My point is, Tez, you got to learn how to switch the iron on and use that.
That's fair. I think now I know. I knew to switch it on.
Are you going to iron your clothes though? Because I don't think you've ironed your clothes. I don't think
No.
I've ever. You know, the only
Because-
time I've realised I've seen you
Go
iron
on.
is when on tour, when you and Ishan went somewhere. I can't remember what it was on your book tour, and Ishan sent me a picture of you ironing.
I'm sure I told Ishan to iron my clothes that tour.
Ishan, what are you doing?
I was like, Ishan, you're my tour support. What the fuck are you there for? You iron my fucking clothes, lad.
So bad. So yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. Learn how to use your
own iron.
incredibly complicated iron.
No, it's not complicated.
I'll just show a picture of it. There's a picture of it, guys, here now somewhere. Because you're watching this, innit? There's a picture of the iron. I don't know how to use this. I like the old school ones. The ones in Pakistan where you just plug it in and there's no water. Probably burns your clothes. Or the ones...
Oh yeah, those
the
are good ones. aren't they?
semi-modern ones that you put water in and steam it and you can set the thing to cotton
They're
or
the
whatever.
metal. The ponds in Pakistan. They're the metals.
They're all metal.
Near the pod.
Yeah. They just literally switch on and they just go hot.
Yeah.
Like there's no... Yeah, they're almost like a press rather than an
Should
iron.
we get you one of those?
That would be easier. I would have known what to do with that. So now it's another quick fire round where I ask Shy a question and she does her best to provide a suitable answer.
I really do not like this
We've
new part.
already discussed it this week. I think this is something that you do know something about. So Shy, as quickly as you can,
Right.
rank in order
Oh God, Ted.
your top 7 Harry Potter books. Well, there's only 7. But rank in order the Harry Potter books from worst to best.
No, Tez, I can't do that because I can't remember them on the names there.
I'll remind you.
Okay, so
The first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
yeah.
Harry Potter and the Chamber. That's the one where Professor Quirrell has the Voldemort at the back of the head,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then there's Chamber of Secrets, the one with the basilisk, the snake in the basement, and Tom Riddle in the diary.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Then there's the third one, which is Prisoner of Azkaban, which is when Sirius breaks out of prison and
I didn't like that
there's
one.
the dog and all that, yeah. And they go back in time to save
Yep.
everyone. Then there's the fourth one, which is Goblet of Fire, which is the one with the games, and the Quidditch World Cup, and they play the games to win, and then Thingy dies at the end. Batman, Edward Cullen, Twilight.
Oh yes,
Yeah, he
yes,
dies at the end.
Yeah.
And then there's the fifth one, which is
I'm not gonna remember any of them.
the one where Sirius Black dies at the end.
Yeah.
When they break into the ministry.
Yep.
And then everyone finds out that Voldemort is alive. And then there's Order of the Phoenix, that one. And then there's the sixth one, Half-Blood Prince, where everyone's snogging everyone, and everyone gets mad at each other. And then Snape kills Dumbledore at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the seventh one, which is the seventh one.
Okay, so let's do the Chamber of Secrets first.
As in last. As in, there's worst to best.
Oh no, I like the Chamber of Secrets.
So it's worst, yeah. So okay.
I thought you were starting from the
No, no.
first. Okay, the
Worst to best.
when Dumbledore died. I didn't like that.
Okay, that's Half-Blood Prince.
Yep.
So that's the worst one.
Yeah, I didn't like
Okay.
that at all. And then it was when Sirius Black died.
Order of the Phoenix.
Yep.
Okay. Now
Uh,
we're into the top 5, guys. Top 5.
what's the one where Hagrid gets sent away when they come back and they start like taking over, and then they.
I think that's also Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
That's the one with Umbridge.
Okay. The Philosopher's Stone then.
This is number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. It's an introductory book, good, but it
Yeah.
got better. Okay, that's number 5. We're in the top 4 now.
Okay. What else is left?
So there's Chamber of Secrets is left. The 7th book is left.
Okay.
And then Goblet of Fire and
Goblet of Fire next.
Azkaban. Okay, so Goblet of Fire is the 4th best.
Yep.
Okay, we're in the top 3 now.
Chamber. Have I done Chamber of Secrets?
No.
Chamber of Secrets then.
2nd best, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're in the top 2 now.
Who's left?
The last one and the 3rd one, which was
Put the last one in second,
yeah,
and then the last one. What was it called?
the 3rd one, which is the one where they go back in time and stuff and save Buckbeak, and we see Sirius Black for the first time. Which
Oh,
is,
actually, swap them around
so 7th one
first.
is the first one,
Yeah.
and then the 3rd one is the 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, you've gone Half-Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix, Philosopher's Stone, Goblet of Fire, Chamber of Secrets. What's the 3rd one called? Harry Potter and the no,
Ring of no.
the one with the back in time and that Prisoner of Azkaban,
Mm-hmm.
and the 7th one, which is Deathly Hallows. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad list.
Yeah. No.
Because at the beginning I got really scared because you said when I mentioned Prisoner of Azkaban, you were like, I didn't like that one,
Mm.
and that's the best one.
Yeah.
Prisoner of
I changed my mind.
Azkaban by far is the best book and the best film.
That's what you say.
The time heist, Sirius Black, the plot twist when we find out that the rat is Wormtail and he betrayed him and it wasn't Snape all along.
Yeah.
And then him being the werewolf. That's a good film.
What made you ask me that though?
I don't know, it's a random question. Because we just brought up Harry Potter as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. The funny thing is, guys, I don't actually know. I'd forgotten the name of them.
Yeah, but I reminded you what happened. Okay, that's valid.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not
I
bad.
think, yeah. You got Prisoner of Azkaban is the goat, but yeah, other than that, yeah, decent. Right, guys, now it's time for Dilemma of the Week, where I pose a question to Shy and see what she makes of it. You ready?
I think so.
Okay, then.
I'm never ready.
So, two-parter.
Oh God, why is it so complicated?
If your pets could talk for just one day,
Yeah.
what would they say?
Oh.
And also, if you could be any pet, not animal, pet specifically, what would you be?
Okay, which part should I answer the pet thing first? I think Bud and
Your
Simba.
pet, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think Bud and Simba. We've got 2 bunnies, by the way. Bud and Simba would say, "Oh, it's so nice to be here. We've experienced so much with you, and could you please give me more food?" And they'd appreciate it though, Tez, because I've had Bud and Simba since they were very, very small. Like since they were practically like a month.
Right.
They wouldn't survive outside.
That's what you think. So you think they'd be like, this, you know what? This is a top life.
Yeah.
We live a good life.
Yeah.
And you know what, Mum? You're all right.
Yeah, let's say, you know what, you've really spoiled us. And, you know, we're not sure about Dad because he doesn't seem as interested, especially when you go away. He only just comes to feed us. He doesn't spend time with us.
Shall I tell you what I think they would say?
What?
I think they would say, listen, you move us around too much. We don't know whether we're coming or going. First of all, we're in this jail cell that has one window which is too high to jump out of. So even if we want to get over our lives, which are very, very hard, the window's too high to jump out of. So we can't even do that. Secondly, then we're on this farm surrounded by horses and giant were-rabbits, which is terrifying. You never give us any warning. We just get packed off.
I do
And
tell them.
You've taken our balls away. So we can't ever have babies. So you've taken that away from us. And you call yourselves our mother. At least Daddy might not love us as much as you do, but at least he gives us food when we need it.
Wow.
I think that's what they'd say.
Let's just clarify one thing. I've been through a lot. So these poor bunnies have been through a lot as well.
Yeah,
okay?
have.
Unfortunately.
But they don't know.
They
Imagine
don't.
they don't know it. They just like,
Yeah.
where are we going now?
But those bunnies, do you know what I do think that people who have pets and go through something, you kind of have to carry on because you know you have to look after these innocent little like beings,
I
right?
do wonder this sometimes, you know. I'm not gonna lie to
What?
you. Shall I be honest with you? I do
What?
wonder, like, you know, we have that morbid conversation of like, oh, what happens if one of us dies?
Hmm.
Like me,
You'd have to look after the
yeah,
bunny.
right. So what my way of coping with the grief of the question is, I when I think of Shy dying, which is a normal thing, you all think about imagine your spouse died or your parent died or your child, whatever, right? I was a child, it's too scary. But we all have this thing about, oh man, imagine my spouse died. And when you get over the fact how great that would be, you do think to yourself, like,
How great that.
I don't think that. I'm saying they think that with their shit lives because some of them got shit lives in it. So they think that. I don't think that.
You thought you could say that and get away with
No, but
that.
I don't think that. I'm saying these lot who got hard lives in it.
You're
they'd
lucky
like,
the camera's on.
they'd
He'd
be
be
like,
getting a.
oh, I wish my husband was not in the picture. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, right? I don't know. They think, I don't think that.
Okay, carry on.
They think that.
Okay, okay.
We're here for them, innit?
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so but once you get over that bit, then, so for me, obviously, the question is very sad, innit? To stop myself from crying, I know me, that part of my brain that's slightly on the spectrum, it would just be like, oh, Marcelo, admit that.
What?
Imagine how many forms I have to fill in if she dies.
Me?
No, if you
The
die,
bunny dies. I'm confused.
if you die,
Yeah.
my head, I'm either like really teary because I'm really sad about it,
Yeah.
but to stop myself from doing that,
Yeah.
I'd just be like, oh man, that'd be a lot of work, dying it. Imagine how many forms you have to fill in. This is how my brain works. I'm like, right, then I'll have to ring her mum. That's going to be a horrible conversation. That's going to be an awful conversation. That obviously her sisters as well. What if they blame me?
We
What if it's
literally,
like,
we
what
literally
if-
spoke about this
I know, but
before.
what I'm like, what if they blame me? Like, what if she's driving to work and then they like, why was she even working? Why was her daughter working? She shouldn't have been working. You should have been the provider. Then they're going to blame me and I'm going to feel that
That's
guilt.
true. They will blame
I'm
you.
going to feel that guilt for the rest of my life. Or like, you know, whatever scenario it is, I'll probably get the blame for it. They'd be like, if she gets ill, they'd be like, oh, you didn't look after her properly. So anyway, regardless, that's going to be a horrible conversation. Oh, then I've got to tell her work. There's probably be some forms to fill out with that.
But you know what? We say
And
that
then
someone.
all the, you know, everything we got in a joint account, I have to ring them up and be like, oh, she's died. Can you put it all in my name? It's a lot of admin.
No, but you know, when I logged on for work on Monday, we got an email that someone who's not in our sort of division, he was part of like a different division. He'd passed away on Friday, had a heart attack,
Right.
and then sent an email, and they were like, "Oh, we just want to send some sad news." And my first thought was, how did work find out?
From his spouse, innit?
So who would you phone? How do you
Ed.
know who to phone?
No, I'd phone Jess.
Yeah.
Because I've got that's the one person who I'm in contact with.
Yeah.
Because I tried to arrange that surprise party for
Yeah.
you. So I'd ring Jess and then I don't know, like just tell who you need to tell in it. Email,
God.
send an email out.
What has this got to do with the bunnies?
Oh, I'm saying I'm getting to it. I'm
Oh.
saying after all, like I'm saying, oh god, I've got to ring up this organization and that bank and get all the joint, everything that's joint, untangle it, and then I'm like the mortgage. God, man, hopefully the life insurance that she's got at work will help pay that off, and then at least I won't have to worry about that. And then eventually I'm like, oh fucking bunnies, man, because I'm like that. Because imagine, right, that first week. Serious now, I'm going to be in such grief that first few days, even maybe weeks, let alone days, weeks. Yeah, I've been in such overwhelming grief. I do fear for them.
You'd know that I need to look after these
No, I know,
bunnies and feed
but like,
them.
but like, I'd barely be able to look after myself. Like,
But do you know, if that's the way you feel,
bedridden.
I'd rather you gave the bunnies to someone else. I'm not having you.
Allah. I'm saying that have such overwhelming
So
grief.
you're gonna kill the bunnies. The bunnies are gonna kill. They're gonna die straight after me.
No, I'm gonna see. I'm saying that it'd be hard for me.
I'm not sure what to say about this.
I'm saying that that's true though.
Yeah.
Or
No,
you're gonna I'm dead. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, let me feed the bunnies.
yeah,
No,
because they
that's
still need to live in
nah,
it.
they need to die as
Because
well.
I'm gonna be more. They're
No,
gonna
they need
be
to
my.
be No, they need to be neglected for a couple of weeks. They need to be a couple of weeks of neglect at least. If those bunnies are neglected for 5 days after I've died, you didn't love me enough. No, I'm sorry, you didn't love me enough.
Oh, it's gonna be so sad. Simba will come in and he'll look over the bed for you, and you won't be there. And I'll
You'd
be
be like,
like,
oh, I'm glad I got space now.
I'll be like,
Jump
it's
on the bed.
gone. Oh yeah, then I'll move the cage into the room, innit?
Yeah.
The little box.
Move into the cage. Anyway, so I don't know what they'd be saying. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it'd be super flattering.
No.
Right, but what was the other thing was
What animal would I be?
yeah, what animal would you?
I'd be a cat.
No, pet.
Cat.
Why?
I feel like cats are a bit sassy, innit? They do whatever they want, really,
that you?
and they're very spoiled as well.
Yeah, that is you.
Yeah, you spoil me. You're the reason for this.
I'll get a
He
Billy.
complains.
Meow. Meow meow. Here she comes. Meow meow. Big meow meow.
You know, there's a designer called Meow Meow.
I do know that now because of you. That does ring a bell. So you'd be a cat. What
Yeah.
sort of cat would you be specifically? You'd be an orange cat, innit? A fucking bitch.
No, orange
Fucking
cats are
knobhead.
bonkers. I would be a ragdoll,
It's a big
like
fat.
Anissa's cat.
It's the big fatty.
Like long
It's a
hair
big
and
fatty
long
bumbatty.
hair and like stuff like that. Just be chilling in it. You get your hair brushed, get
But it
fed.
depends, innit? What if you're a stray cat born in Pakistan and just you're a vermin basically? Just
I mean, you make friends and stuff, innit? The other cats make friends.
yeah. You'd be a street cat.
What would you be?
If I could be any pet, I'd just be a tortoise.
They live up to 200 years.
Yeah, I see a lot. I like history, innit? I like living through history.
Is that the
I'd be
video
like,
that I sent you about tortoise?
yeah. I'd be like, imagine I was 200 years old now. Imagine I died this. Imagine I told you that I died this year. That means I saw both world wars.
Yeah.
I saw Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
I saw the man land on the moon.
Yeah.
I saw the Spanish flu and COVID. I saw Pakistan independence.
Yeah.
I saw all of it.
How do
That's
wow,
mad,
so
that.
it's actually a really big responsibility to have a tortoise because you need to pass it on to generations, don't you? Really?
Yeah,
Because what happens if you
a tortoise
die?
is
Who's
an
gonna take
heirloom.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, a tortoise isn't.
Wanna
But I
get
feel
one?
like a tortoise is also quite low maintenance.
They
I
go
feel like
into
if you-
hibernation
yeah,
as
if
well.
you neglect a tortoise for a week, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Imagine how much I'd see though. I saw AI.
Yeah. AI is huge, man. It's big. It's
Yeah,
big.
so you'd be a cat, I'd be a tortoise.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know how that relationship would
Yeah,
work.
I'm not sure either.
I'd that's why
Disgusting.
you get it. Yeah, you get it. It'd take me a while to get up there, but
That's disgusting, Tez.
I'd be like this. Don't go. I'm coming. Is it? Yeah. Oh, give me one meow for yes, two meows for no. Give me a meow meow.
Oh God, you're disgusting.
Quick fire round, guys.
Yeah.
It is our favorite interaction of the week that we've had with you guys, whether
Yeah.
online or in real life. And we had something fun at the cinema, innit?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Go
That
on.
was quite cute.
Go on, you tell the story because
I was
you
like,
saw it.
yeah, we were walking out the cinema, and you know what? It's so funny because sometimes I see someone recognize Tez, and in my head I'm like, oh God, it's gonna kick off, especially when it's kids. And there was this little child, bless him, and he was like, he saw Tez, and he was like, oh, to his mate, and he was like,
Like, oh, you
my-"
ate? And I went, yeah. And he went, oh.
Yeah.
He literally went, oh,
Yeah.
oh, no.
And they all
whoa.
came, and then I just kind of shuffled to the side.
It was like, I feel like they came out of that arcade playing bowling
Yeah,
or
they
arcade
did.
or
It was
something,
really
innit?
cute.
It
And they
was
all
cute.
surrounded him. And then it started raining when I was outside. And I was like, oh God. I was like, what am I going to do? And then there was another family who was just stopped to see what was going on. And then the dad was saying to the kid, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? And the kid was like, no, I don't know who that is.
I don't know or care.
Yeah.
I love it when adults who know me introduce like a really small child.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, look who it is. The child doesn't know or care.
So yes, that was quite cute though.
It was cute. What was really nice is one of the kids was like, Uncle, can I get a picture? And that was nice. I like that.
Did they tag you in?
I don't know. They probably use it probably on Snapchat, innit? I don't use that. And then one of their dads came and he was excited as he was. Remember when he goes, oh, you're lucky your wife's here, otherwise you'd never let you go.
Yeah. And I was like literally outside in the rain. I was like, can I just go home
I
now?
was like, my baby's there. Can I just go on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're lucky she's here, otherwise we just keep you here. And I was like,
That was nice.
okay, that doesn't sound
though.
creepy.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah. Well done, guys. You weren't creepy this week. Now is that time of the week
Yes.
where we discuss
A dilemma or
some sort of story,
yes.
and we hear your agony aunt
Mm-hmm.
and
Grumpy uncle.
unhelpful uncle. She nearly got it, guys.
Unhelpful.
Yeah, unhelpful uncle. Like AA, you. Agony aunt, unhelpful uncle.
Oh, okay. I'm proud.
Because
of
I'm
you
not
for
that helpful, innit?
Yeah.
Sometimes I am.
I agree.
I think I'm more helpful than I like to believe.
Okay.
Why don't you carry on?
And yeah, but this is a Reddit post. And do you know what? This is a bit of a serious post. It's not like jokey funny. And it's something that I saw and I was like, you know what? We should actually discuss this because one of our listeners actually sent me a voice note the other day about something like this. But it was to do with the topic, but I'll explain as I go along. Okay. So it says, my husband, who's 27 years old, wants me, it's a female who's 25, husband and wife, wants me to terminate my pregnancy.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to go rude then.
Right, I jump straight into it.
Oh. Or what's that like religious and cultural background?
Muslim.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. I would appreciate your advice on what to do. We just recently found out I am a couple of weeks pregnant and we are newly married. My husband was not happy to hear the news and immediately started talking about termination options and how it's still early in our married lives and how we have not had the chance to bond as a couple and travel. Whilst I understand his concerns and I'm scared myself, I also know that it is haram, as in it's against our religion, to terminate a pregnancy for no valid reason. He keeps making points saying I was on the pill and the baby will be born with defects, and we have no proof that that is the case. He has also banned me from telling anyone, and I have no clue who to speak about this. I can't help but feel like this is a blessing and God will provide. I feel like if I listen to him, then I'll be punished and worry I won't be able to conceive later. I also worry that my husband will resent me and this baby won't receive the love from their father. I have always wanted me and my husband to be happy that I'm pregnant, and now it's making me really sad that he's not happy and he's pressurizing me into a termination. What can I do? I
That's
know.
a deep one, isn't it?
I've just realized I'm always doing like from a female's perspective. I need to do some from a male's
Oh,
perspective. as
that's
well.
very deep though.
Yeah.
Look, on the one hand, yeah, I empathize with the fact that you've got some
Just got
plans.
married.
You just got married and you got some plans to travel and enjoy the honeymoon period, just you and your wife. I get that. It's great. It's part of the reason you got married is because you wanted to spend time with your spouse without the pressure of responsibility. I completely understand that. And from her perspective, I get it. You're pregnant. Things happen and things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
You
And you
plan.
and especially if she was on the pill, that means that I believe everything happens for a reason. So I believe that the fact that she was using protection
I still got
and
pregnant.
still got pregnant, there's a reason for it.
You plan, but Allah is the best of planners,
Yeah.
as it is written. So
Why is he pressurizing her not to tell it like and to terminate? I hate
I
that.
mean, maybe it's like a he doesn't feel like he can provide for a full family at the moment. But I'll tell you a story. Like, so this happened to my younger brother.
Yeah.
So my younger brother, he got married, and literally on their honeymoon, they got pregnant, and sort of 10 months later, they had a baby.
Yeah.
After getting married, and that
And they're
baby
like
obviously
24,
they were younger
23?
then. They were like 22, 23 then.
3, yeah.
So it wasn't planned. Obviously, they
Mm.
weren't in the best financial position or anything like that. If they could do it again, well, no, not do it again. But it's not how they would have chosen to have gotten pregnant and start a family and stuff. But it happened, and Alhamdulillah, they kept him, and now he's 3 years old. And
Yeah.
honestly, such a joy.
Yeah.
Love that little lad.
They've got 2 now.
And they got two now. Um, so, but it's hard, isn't it? I think they should keep it. But if he's not being supportive, then what do you do?
That I feel like also it makes me uneasy about the fact that one, he's saying to her, like he's kind of saying, oh, because you're on the pill, the baby's gonna have
Yeah,
defects.
there's no.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do tests if that's something that you're afraid of. You can do tests for that,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean because she's on the pill, it is going to be deformed like that.
Ultimately,
I've never heard that before.
ultimately, it's I believe. See, it's really tricky because there's a new argument now that I've seen a lot where men are saying we should also have an input, but women are like, but it's my body, it's my baby. I'm going to be growing the baby. I'm going to be. Do you know what I mean? I should
But
be. It's
but
my
in this
choice.
case, they married in it,
Yeah.
and so it is going to be equally both of them bringing up that baby in this marriage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's different
Yeah.
if you're single, then it is whatever, right? Then it probably is up to the mum more
But
so.
what's really sad is that hopefully they keep the baby and stuff. Is she's always going to be like, you didn't want this child, and that's quite
Yeah,
detrimental as well.
or he's going to be like, I didn't, or he might be like, I didn't want this child,
Yeah.
and that's not good. So, what's your advice? Because it's a tricky one.
Tez is a lot. You're a lot more balanced, I think, which is a good thing because you always see it from both sides. Tez is always very, very good at stuff like that. I'm quite emotional. I think that you should speak to someone, and I think you should speak to your mum or your sister or your friend, but do not keep this to yourself. I do not believe that.
Yeah, that I didn't like that. I didn't like the keeping
Yeah,
it to yourself
yeah.
bit. I didn't like that at all.
And if you want, you want to keep the baby, keep the baby. Like so you say to him, look, this is something that I feel passionate about.
God will provide.
Yeah, and because the worst thing is this will cause an issue in their marriage. I believe.
I am afraid that is going to cause an issue either way. I think if they keep the baby, it might cause issues, and if they don't keep the baby, is going to cause issues.
Oh yeah. So if I got pregnant when we first got married and stuff, and you were like, "Oh, I'm not sure about
Listen,
that."
we're pension age. We've got to keep the baby regardless.
No,
Listen,
but I'm saying
we
no,
have
but
to
Tez,
keep
if
that
you said
child.
to me, no, but we did a lot of traveling after. If
Yeah,
you,
sure.
Yeah, if you were
Don't get me
like,
wrong, it wouldn't have been ideal
yeah, if you
for you
said
to
to
get
me,
pregnant immediately.
if you said to me, "Oh, you know what, baby, at the end of the day, I had all these plans and blah blah blah," even if you hesitated, even a tiny bit, I'd be like, no.
No, that's not fair. A guy is allowed to voice his concerns.
Yeah, but
You
I'm
can't be
saying
like, oh my God, how dare you voice
no. But if
concerns?
you were like,
That's bad communication.
yeah, but if
I'm
you
allowed to be like,
no, you can,
oh,
but I know what I'm like. I'd be like, but look at us. Like we agreed that when we met, we'd get married and we want to have children. But
Yeah.
immediately you're saying to me that not sure if this is right. Now's the right time.
yeah. All right, first of all, this is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
But secondly, a guy is allowed to voice his concerns.
Yeah,
If that
I
was the
agree.
other way around, and you were like,
No,
and the guy was like, how dare you? You'd be
I'm
like,
telling
that's
you,
a red flag
I
time.
agree. I'm telling you from my perspective, I'd be disappointed by your reaction.
All right, fair enough. But I think people are allowed to have human reactions.
Okay, let's turn it around the other way. Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine I got pregnant and I
Yeah.
said to you, I don't want to keep it.
I'd be like, that's mad. I'd be like, why?
Exactly, and I'm like, oh, it's not ready for
No,
me.
but in my scenario, you never said, I'm saying get rid of it.
No,
You're
no, no.
saying, I said, oh, that's a bit of a shame that it happened this quickly. Now for yourself,
Oh,
you're doing a
okay.
completely different scenario.
Okay,
If you
okay.
were like, oh, babes, I'm pregnant, I'm scared. Oh, I don't know.
That I will say
I'm
that.
not sure
That
about
is something I would do.
I'm not sure about it being this early. Do you think it's right? I wouldn't be like, I can't believe I can't believe you're saying this to me.
But you're.
I'd be like, oh
but
yeah,
Tez, this is why I said to you, you're more level-headed. I'm more emotional.
All right, but I'm saying,
and that's
guys,
completely fine.
But we always encourage guys to communicate.
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
always
yeah.
encourage guys to be open. And the second they are, if we're like, oh, well, I can't believe he'd say that. You can't have it both ways. You can't be like,
yeah. But in this situation, he's literally saying to her,
oh no, he's going too far.
Yeah.
He's going too far. If he was like, oh, he's expressed concerns and he's not sure about providing and he wanted to have
I get
a
it.
longer
I get it. If you're
period.
early, well, actually,
Yeah.
he's 27 years old.
No, but it's early in their marriage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
everyone, especially if you get married to someone of your choice and stuff, like someone you willingly want to get married to, you probably do want 2-3 years of wedded bliss with that person. I ultimately think, I hope they keep the child. That'd be my advice. If I was talking to him, I'd be like, brother,
You need to make it up to her.
I understand this is how you planned it,
Yeah.
but it's happened this way. Allah has provided.
Mm.
I think both of you should go and talk to an imam,
Yep.
a third person, and discuss it with them. And then both of you, based on that, if terminating the baby for no valid reason is haram, is forbidden, then absolutely keep it.
Yeah.
100% keep it. If terminating the baby in this case, I'm not sure. I'm not imam, so I can't say the exact rules. But if terminating the baby isn't haram, it's still probably be undesirable, but isn't haram, then you both need to do the what's it called when you pray for guidance?
Istikhara.
Istikhara. You need to do the istikhara. But I hope you keep it though. Bro.
Yeah.
Because Allah provides. Man.
Everything happens for a reason as well. The
And-
fact that she was on the pill and she got pregnant,
And you don't know,
yeah.
like what if you terminate this one and then you don't get pregnant again?
Yeah.
Like things happen in it.
One of my sisters got pregnant twice by being on the pill.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, guys.
What would she want for those babies? Like in hindsight now.
She got pregnant pretty quick after marriage. The first.
And in hindsight now, your nieces and nephews, do you wish that she got rid of them or not?
Shut up! They're my favorite. They're like one of my favorites.
Exactly, right?
Terrible.
Oh, I couldn't imagine life without my nephew. Just top lad.
Okay.
No, but like, you know
No,
what I
I
mean?
agree.
Like,
I agree.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's just a top. Same with your nieces and nephews, right? Imagine your
Yeah.
thingy.
I agree.
And I remember, like, yeah, it happens. It happens in so many scenarios in our families where, like there's a difficult pregnancy and there's an option to terminate, and they don't go for it, and then you have a sibling or you have a cousin or you have a niece or a nephew or whatever, or even sons or daughters. I'm sure people are listening. Maybe have been in those situations.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, imagine this person didn't exist.
Yeah.
I think obviously if
And
abortion
you're right,
for valid reasons, you know, if that's what you think is medically or for your mental health or whatever, then fine, yeah. But nah, man, that should be in this option.
you
I feel like it
shouldn't.
should be last.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be saying that to her at all. Like you,
Yeah.
and she should. I think talk to someone. 100% talk to someone, and
Talk to a neutral third party.
Yeah. I mean,
Also
from a
talk to-
third party perspective,
Also talk to I think maybe talk to your friend before you talk to your family, Because if you talk to your family, they're immediately intervening.
Also, once you
Your
get your
family are
family involved,
immediately intervening.
her family
Your
is going to
friends,
be like,
yeah, your friends not
yeah.
intervening in the same way.
Mm.
So talk to a friend, maybe a married friend, maybe a married friend who's got kids, because they might have been through something similar that people don't always open about things
It's
that
a
they've
really
been through.
hard dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing a really
No,
serious one.
no, the reason why I said that was because someone who listens to the podcast, they actually messaged in. They said that they had one of their friends was pregnant and the pregnancy was unplanned, and the person was like quite resentful for being pregnant because she didn't want to get pregnant, right? So it just happened, and she wasn't happy with the fact, she think everyone around her living their life, and she got kids. She's got more kids, but this obviously is an unplanned pregnancy, and she feels guilty because obviously there's people out there who can't get pregnant, and she feels pregnant, and all of these like reasons of feeling and stuff. That's completely valid because everyone feels that, and then she was kind of saying like it's that guilt of I'm pregnant, but I don't want to be pregnant. But also, like when you're pregnant, and I've seen my sisters go through it, your hormones are all over the place. But her and Tez is like, oh. But I am a believer that everything happens for a reason, and children are a blessing. So I don't know what, because I know that the other person listens to the podcast as well. Take that from whatever you think you want to take. Basically everything happens for a reason, and children are a blessing. If something is written, it's written. I'm a firm believer of that. You've got people that can't have kids, and it's just written for them not to have kids. You've got people that have kids and they have loads of kids, and they might be on protection and so on, but it still happens. That's written. So every case is just different, really. And I wish
So
you
good luck with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully do whatever is best for your family. Hopefully that's what happens.
Yes.
Hey guys, thank you very much. This is the end of the episode. Hope
Yes.
you enjoyed yourselves. As per usual, please follow, subscribe,
Like,
share, leave nice reviews. In places where you can leave nice reviews.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week, innit?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you grateful for, lad?
I am grateful for the fact that you're going to learn to use the iron.
And I'm grateful for the fact that...
No, I'm joking. I'm grateful just for you.
That's a boring one. You can't just be like, I'm grateful for you.
No, I'm grateful for you.
What specifically are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for the fact that you know how hard work and stuff's been, and you've been quite good and understanding and
top lad.
Yeah, you've just been like around you've not been annoying me, but you've just been
Just
considerate about how
good guy. Really. I'm grateful for the fact that you make lovely lunches.
Ah.
I mean, yesterday when you gave me that eggs and that...
I make you lovely lunches every day.
Top. Except when I go get soup.
Yes.
Which didn't happen today.
No.
But usually it does. Anyway, guys.
Don't forget to tell your wives and your guys and your family and your friends and your family what you are appreciative of this week. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.